So this is Viral Wisdom number 68. I try to do it every Sunday. I'm a little toasty because I live with a menopausal teenager who must be having hot flashes because she never lets me put on the heater, so I have to dress like this. Hi guys, tell me where you're signing in from England, Poland. Happy to be here. It's now Viral Wisdom number 68. Goodness gracious. It's been a long time in this pandemic, hasn't it? It's been a slow cooking process, that's for sure. Some of us naively thought, oh, surely by October, by Thanksgiving in America, or by the holiday season, we would be so over this. But no, we're still in the throes of it, if not in the rise of it, if not in as much chaos. Hi guys, Ontario, Cape Cod, New York, India, Netherlands, England. Hi guys, I'm just giving people a minute to sign in and just saying hello to all of you, and then reminding you to get my book, Superpowered, helping many, helping kids, helping parents, helping children deal with anxieties. Get the book. Full of amazing stuff. It's already been on the New York Times bestseller. Superpowered. Okay, so today I want to talk about some stuff that has been on my mind, and maybe it will help you as well. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about how do we tell our truth. Some of you may have followed me on Facebook in the past week and Instagram, and you saw that I chose to speak my truth in my way on my social media. And this is not about politics, so don't worry. It's not about politics. It's about spiritual and emotional honesty. Okay, so hold on. It could help you. Spiritual and emotional honesty and transparency and courage. So the posts were political, no doubt about it, unabashedly political, and about my truth. And the reason I'm talking about this today for you is because I know many of us struggle with telling the truth. Why? Because telling the truth has huge consequences. People get pissed off. People get upset. People get hurt. No one wants to know the truth. And telling the truth is a big ass problem in today's world. We cannot even tell our own truth. Like on my page, my truth, nope. I was not allowed to tell my truth because I'm supposed to be this and I'm supposed to be that and I'm supposed to be this. And I was apparently wrong for speaking my truth on my freaking social media page. So telling the truth is really, really hard. And that's why most of us don't do it. And then we wonder, why do our children lie to us? They lie because we go ape shit when they tell us the truth. Why is my husband lying to me? Why did my wife cheat on me and not tell me the truth? Because you would kill them? Telling the truth is really difficult, okay? So first, I want to say that for all of us out there on our mighty, righteous horses of pedestalized sanctimony who think we should tell the truth, understand that when someone doesn't tell you the truth, it's because you are sanctimonious and righteous. Number two, you don't tell the truth. Most people don't tell the truth because telling the truth is really, really, really hard. Why do you think there is a rule at family events? Do not talk about sex, politics, and religion. Why? Because sex, politics, and religion apparently make everyone lose their shit. So here's the thing. Couple things in today's talk. First, how do you tell your truth? How do you decide when to push the envelope? For yourself. When do you decide that the consequences don't matter? there comes a time in our lives, every one of us, at 1 or 2 points, when you're going to have to look at your inner fork, the fork on the inside. Tell the truth or keep bullshitting. Tell the truth or keep bullshitting. Hopefully, it only happens once or twice in your life. In my own life, at pivotal points, it's already happened maybe 3 or 4 times of like big ass forks, like, or this, like, oh my goodness, like my neck was hurting at the choices. It felt really scary. And I had to really do a lot of soul searching because it was so uncomfortable to confront the truth. Because confronting the truth at these junctures in our lives is inconvenient. People get pissed off, your income falls, you lose relationships, you have to mend relationships, you have to just explain yourself, you have to bear yourself, you have to go, hey, actually, I'm not what you think I am. Actually, this is who I am. It's hell on wheels because no one around us goes, oh, okay, it's okay, you can be whoever you want to be. No, we're judged, we're shamed, we're blamed, we're ostracized. So telling the truth is really hard. Culture doesn't let us tell the truth. Culture wants everyone to fake it and keep the status quo. However, life has it another way. Culture is one way, but life has it another way. And for me, I know as a therapist, there will come a time in all our lives, for sure once or twice. That's the blessed ones. The rest of us, 5 or 6 times, when the inner fork will be staring at our face. And it will demand that you walk the fork. You take one or the other. And how do you decide that? How do you decide when it's okay? Now people, when you take that fork, they will decide that you're pissing them off. They will think it's a personal affront when you decide to go right, but they wanted you to go left. They will say, why are you judging me? They will say, why are you shaming me? They will say, why are you leaving me? And you're saying, I'm not doing anything. I'm just walking this walk my way. Each one of us has a right, as long as it's not violent, physically harmful, physically impeding, physically invasive, to walk our path. I said physically and not emotionally. You know why? Because anyone can choose to be emotionally hurt by anything we do. You may say, you know what? I love sheep and you're wearing a woolen sweater and that is an affront to me and my emotions are hurt by you. I think you're shaming me by wearing the woolen sweater. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm ignorant and maybe a poor sheep did get hurt, but I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to affront you. So what I'm saying is emotionally, anyone can choose to get hurt by anyone, because if our belief systems don't match their belief systems, they feel that if you're speaking your belief, it's harming their belief. And because they're so attached to their belief, they believe that we're harming them. This is not true. You have a right to speak your truth in your way, as long as it doesn't physically, violently assault, harm, invade, impede another human being. If you're being emotionally negative, according to them, they have 2 legs or somehow they can leave. And you say, there's the door. The reason we don't tell the truth is because we're so scared of other people thinking we are emotionally mean to them. How is our speaking the truth emotionally mean to them if we're just speaking or writing or posting on our social media? They can just swipe, flip, leave, turn off. I mean, social media? So, if we cannot even express our truth on social media, I see so much bullshit on social media. I just go, swipe, it doesn't matter to me. Because everyone can express. But to feel it is personal, it means that you are triggered. Why are you triggered? Because you're triggered. Because the other person didn't match your way. So, don't let anyone emotionally bully you into not speaking your truth. As long as you are not physically violent, assaultive, impeding, obstructive, and promoting violence. An expression of your truth is your right. And this is what I teach our parents to deal in their children. The child has a right to express his truth. There was once a client I had who had a kid in session, I say this in my talks sometimes, who rolled his eyes at something she said. So the mother, who was not an easy mother, kept talking, lecturing. At one point, the little boy, 11 years old, he messed up. What did he do? He rolled his eyes. I wanted to roll my eyes, but I was like, Ugh. So the kid rolled his eyes like, the mother was like, did you see what he just did? And I was like, no, I missed it, because I was rolling my eyes in my own head and trying to control my eyeballs from not following what my inner mind was doing. So I was like, no, I missed it. What did he do? So she's like, show her what you did. So the boy is like, boy didn't even know what he did. It was involuntary. It came upon his eyeballs. His eyeballs acted independently. So he's like, what did I do? So then the mother was like, show her. You see, I have to deal with this disrespect all the time. So we both, the kid and I, looked at the mother and said, can you just tell us what he did? Because we both don't know. And she said, he rolled his eyes at me. So I'm always pro rolling eyes. I don't take offense at personal self-expressions in our body. I'm like, go for it. It's your body, go for it. Especially in children. He was actually trying to be respectful, because I would have said other things to her if I was her kid. So to me, he was so respectful. So I said to her, whose eyes were they? Or are they, whatever. And she's like, his eyes? But he has no right to do that, because that's disrespectful. I said, but they are his eyes, no? In his eye socket, his eyeballs, his eye movement. So my point is that we get so conditioned to get so affronted when other people are expressing themselves in a respectful way. You may not like it, but that's how people shame you into not telling your emotional truth. So when I was coming up with this desire to speak my truth on Facebook, I had to really ask myself, why are you doing this? Why? You know you will lose people will be all upset, they'll think you're da-da-da. Why are you doing it, Shefali? So I did do a lot of introspection for like all of 10 minutes. And my answer was very clear. Because I must speak my truth. Finish. No one needs to hear it. No one needs to read it. And it is the same conviction of my truth that led me to write my books. People didn't like my books. All of 11 people read my books in the first year. Nobody read my books. People were upset with me. Parents were angry with me. You telling us it's us? You telling me it's my fault that my kid has ADHD? You telling me it's my fault? And I said, no, I didn't say it's your fault. I didn't say that. I said, look at yourself. So people choose to get upset because you poke their defense system. And if they are attached to their belief system and their defenses, they are going to feel attacked. And you're like, I just said my truth. You don't have to feel attacked. People feel attacked because their belief systems are being challenged. And they don't want you to challenge their belief systems. They want you to agree with them. And when you're like, no, I won't agree with you, people don't like that. And I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about our moms, our dads, and our lovely aunties and our grandmothers. I'm not talking about social media strangers. I'm talking about how people shame each other to being silent, quiet. The minute somebody else's belief system doesn't match yours, you are in trouble. And this is why we have religious warfare in the name of the love of God. And this is why we have ethnic warfare and racial warfare. Is because somebody looks different, somebody says something different, somebody acts different, somebody prefers something different, somebody loves different than you. And because we are conditioned to believe what we have been conditioned to believe is right, and because we've never done the hard work of deconstructing, is it right? Just because I was told that's right, is it right? Just because I was told to worship a purple porcupine, is that right? Just because because I was told that this is a sacred holiday, is this right? Because we've never even questioned. And because we've presumed it's right, and not have we presumed it's right, we have identified with it as ourselves. I am the purple porcupine. Now the purple porcupine is inside me. So now when you come across and tell me, maybe it's not a purple porcupine, maybe it's a blue porcupine. Even if you say that, I will want to kill you, because I'm like, what? I'm a purple porcupine and you call me a blue porcupine? How dare you call me a blue porcupine? You can't even change the shade, because there's no room. There's no room, you see, because we have so identified with our belief systems. The Buddha said, freedom and liberation comes at the extinction of all belief systems. When you stop believing in your belief systems, you arrive at liberation. Until then, you will suffer. Because not only do we have a belief system, we identify a belief system, and the belief system is you. Now somebody wrote, you spoke your truth, but you did not leave room to hold space for other people. I don't have to. It is a given that space is yours to take. You see, I don't need to give space. It's yours. You can take it, don't take it, perceive it there, not perceive it there. We don't have to, when we speak our truth, if it's with respect and it's clearly our truth, if other people have different viewpoints, they can express it. We don't hold any hostages. We don't hold any prisoners. This is all in your own mind. Just like I can say to people, oh, I'm so scared, people will hate me if I speak my truth. No, it's in my mind. Because I'm afraid to be hated. Of course people will hate you and people will love you. It doesn't matter. You speak your truth because you speak your truth, as long as you're doing it with respect, on your damn page, in your damn home, in your own mouth, with your own words. It's yours. And as we believe that everyone can speak their own, we have liberation. There's no getting hurt. I'm not personally hurt if somebody doesn't believe in me. So don't be personally hurt if I believe in something you don't believe in. This is liberation. And if people choose to get hurt, it's because they have identified with that belief system. Now, why did I choose to push the envelope? I'm just giving you, so maybe you can use these principles in your own life when it's really hard for you to make a decision. I chose to push it because sometimes in life, you gotta push it. For me, this was my moment. For you, it will be another moment. It doesn't have to be my moment. Everyone has their own moments. But the principle that guided me was, will I be able to sleep at night knowing that I didn't? How much do I want to push the truth? Do I want to push it? Or do I want to... For me, in this moment, it was time to push my truth. I needed to do it for me to sleep at night, that I clearly said what I needed to say. In your life will come that point. It may be this point, another point. It may be when your dog dies by a dog hater that you pledge to save dogs. That could be your moment. Or when the earth finally burns up, you finally realize, you know what? You're a conservationist. That may be your moment. The moment comes through pain. It comes through, like, I can't take this anymore. And when you can't take it anymore, I hope you will have the courage to not take it anymore. In your own way. It doesn't have to be this person's way or that person's way. But do not live your life taking it when you can't take it anymore. So I reached my point. I can't take it anymore. And I must speak my truth clearly, not ambiguously, so I can sleep at night for me. And each person reaches that threshold when they're ready. But I hope people reach that threshold. And I hope that they have the courage to speak their truth in their own way, for their own cause, for their own issue, in a respectful way. Because life is too short. And sometimes you have to stand on the side of your truth. You have to advocate for yourself. You have to honor yourself. And that takes tremendous courage. It's vulnerable making. Please go see the comments. I mean, I was slashed, slandered, judged, and I read them all. I didn't just say I'm going to ignore. I read it all. And I confronted how uncomfortable I felt. I was like, damn. I was like, pop. But I sat in the fire of reading almost every comment. Okay, I mean, there were like over 3,500 comments, so almost every. Why? Because I wanted to go through the whole process. If I set the fire, I want to feel the heat. And I did it. And I asked myself, do you regret? Do you wish? And each time it was no. And through the fire burning, cleaning me out, reading all the punches I got, I said, that's what courage is you face the consequences. You take it. You don't start crying. You don't delete people. Let them speak. You spoke. Let them speak. I didn't delete one comment. I wanted to. Did I answer anyone? I wanted to answer people and engage in a childish back and forth. I'm being honest. Sometimes I even told my friend, can you answer for me? Then I was like, no, don't. Just being honest. But I let people say their piece. I was like, damn, this one is the top of the comment. Can somebody else comment so it goes down? Because they were sometimes so. But I was like, good. This is a place. I said, you say. No problem. I didn't delete one. I didn't ban anyone. I didn't shun anyone. I didn't shame anyone. I don't think. I spoke. They spoke. This is power. This is freedom. This is liberation. But I also lost 300-400 followers, if not more. I created a lot of, people who don't like me. I have to sit with that now. People saying I loved you, now I don't like you. Oh, that hurt. I was like, damn, I have another book coming out next year. But I had to ask myself, what is my truth? How much do I want to put on the line for this truth? And once in a while in our lives, we have to put shit on the line and not give a damn and not care about money and not care about fame and not care about being nice and say I blow it up because I need to speak the truth. And don't care about what other people think about you because it's worth it. Sometimes you got to make the call and you got to face the fire. And let me tell you, if Mahatma Gandhi did not, and if Martin Luther King did not, and I'm not saying I'm like that, yes? Because I'm full of cowardice, trust me. And if Nelson Mandela did not, we would not be here. So, in your own life, in your own micro way, this is not about politics. This is about the politics of life. Don't be afraid. Enough. COVID has shown us, I lost people I loved. Enough. Enough of living in fear of another person's belief system, of hurting someone else. As long as we are respectful, yes, we don't spew violence. But hate, I don't know, because many people thought my comments were hateful. I wasn't spewing hate. They thought it was hateful. So that's why I say violence, I say physical. If it's not physically violent, impeding, destroying, and invasive, and hurtful and cruel, you got to speak your truth in your way. But people will think you are being cruel. That's okay because emotions get tangled up. But am I really physically? So I am just saying all this to tell you that life is short. COVID has shown us that you gotta speak up when you gotta speak up. Change is not easy. That's why none of us like to change. Because change involves dismantling your belief systems. Change involves letting go of your identification with what you have been conditioned to believe. Change involves true wisdom. Change involves deconstruction. Change involves dismantling. It involves all the house of cards have to fall. Change involves being in the rubble and going, now what the hell do? Is watching the cinders and the ashes and going, how do I resurrect this life? Change is not easy. No one said it was. It's a revolution. It takes guts and gore and courage. It takes being in no woman's land, no man's land. It is lonesome and scary because it's change. It's new. How can it not be? But life is change. Nature is change. Nature is constant transformation. So at some points in our lives, we got to take the plunge and fly off the precipice for our inner alignment. Sometimes we got to be aligned. Sometimes we got to say, you know what? I just got to stop fooling around. I got to say what it is as it is. People don't like it. So you make that call whenever, but make it. Go through the fire. Let me tell you, I've gone through quite a few fires. I didn't die. The only thing that died was my attachment to safety, was my attachment to comfort. Yeah, that died. The only thing that died was my cowardice. The only thing that died was my people pleasing, making everybody else happy around me. Yeah, that died. But what woke up in its place is courage, is clarity, is unambiguity. No wishy-washy. So with my post, I chose not to be wishy-washy. I'm not going to be politically correct. I'm not. I don't have to be. I have to speak my truth. People don't like it, leave. So at some points in your life, you're going to have to stir the pot and speak up and not be afraid of disappointing whoever. Because if that person chooses to be disappointed, it was already in the making. I always say whatever you're afraid of has already happened. Already happened. Why would you be afraid to tell someone the truth unless you know that that person already will not accept the truth? And the person you're not afraid to tell the truth already has proven to you that they're not going to judge you. So use this life wisely. Use your expression wisely. Stop waiting for permission from others to live your full life. Stop waiting for others to tell you, okay, now you can say this. Stop waiting in the shadows. No one is coming. You know why? Because the person you're waiting for permission from is as mired in cowardice and fear as you are. Don't ask permission. Don't check. When I posted those things, I didn't check with anyone. I didn't consult anyone. I just went, press, sent, post. And then people began writing, calling me, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you saying things so upfront? You can say it in other ways. I said, no, I'm tired of saying it in other ways. That's the whole point. Sometimes you can't say it in other ways. You have to say it in the way you have to say it. So I'm here to just say to you, don't be, whatever you're afraid of, it's just not true. It's worse to live in misalignment than in the fear of speaking your truth. It's worse. But choose the timing according to you. Do it organically. Never do it because someone is telling you. It has to come from deep within you. Because when it comes from deep within you, you will face the heat. You won't run back and go, oops, made a mistake. That's why I tell all my clients, whenever they go, should I stay? Should I leave? Should I say? Should I be quiet? I go, okay, you are in this half-ass place. You're not ready. No shade on you. You're not ready. Honor, you're not ready. So sit with it. Sitting with it is a technique. It's called sit with it. Sit with it, sit with it, sit with it. And when the powerful truth comes from within you, you will make your change. You will speak your truth. There will be no encumbrance when you are feeling it from inside. So I always tell clients to wait, to sit from within. When it's coming, it'll roar like a fire and then you can take the heat. Till then, you're not ready. And if you do it before you're ready, you'll run back and regress. No problem, do it. I've seen many people do it, then they run back, do it, and they run back. But when you really sit with yourself and know for truth, you press send, you pack your bag, you leave the house, you say goodbye, and it's as effortless as can be because it's your full, consuming, all-embodied truth. Truth has to be all-embodied. It can't be half-assed. Well, it can, but ideally it shouldn't. So I will leave you with a beautiful poem by the one and only incomparable Khalil Gibran. Khalil Gibran is my person, my boy. Why? Because he wrote that poem on your children are not your children. They are the vessels of life longing for itself, something like that. So Khalil is my man, but look at this poem that he wrote. And I hope it wakes you up. It says, do not love half lovers. Do not love half lovers. Do not entertain half friends. Do not indulge in works of the half talented. Do not live half a life. Do not die a half death. If you choose silence, then be silent. When you speak, however, do so until you are finished. Do not silence yourself to say something, and do not speak to be silenced. If you accept, then express it bluntly. Do not mask it. If you refuse, then be clear about it. For an ambiguous refusal is but a weak acceptance. I love that. An ambiguous refusal is but a weak acceptance. Do not accept half a solution. Do not believe half truths. Do not dream half a dream. Do not fantasize about half hopes. Half a drink will not quench your thirst. Half a meal will not satiate your hunger. Half the way will get you nowhere. Half an idea will bear no results. Your other half is not the one you love. It's you in another time, yet in the same space. It is you when you are not. Half a life is a life you didn't live. A word you have not said, a smile you postponed, a love you have not had, a friendship you do not know. To reach and not arrive, work and not work, attend only to be absent. What makes you a stranger to them closest to you and they strangers to you? The half is a mere moment of inability, but you are able, for you are not half a being. You are a whole that exists to live a life, not half a life. So, go all out, guys. Don't be afraid. Stop pussyfooting around in your life. Stop living in somebody's shadows. Stop waiting for permission. If you're in your 40s, you gotta wake up and live your life. Not a half life. A whole life, a full life, a daring life. A I don't give a damn as long as I don't hurt anyone life. A pro-life, a pro-choice, a pro-embodiment, a pro-vivacity, a pro-nature, a pro-natural, organic truth. And when I said pro-life, pro-choice, I realized, pro-life came out as political. So I quickly followed it with pro-choice. I said both. So just basically get off the fence. If in your life you're on the fence, afraid, maybe this is the year, the last 3 months of 2020, where we have been royally taken by the horns by COVID and shoved around by its uncanny ability to not be cured and to simply flummox us. Because we live in the unknown, in these last 3 months of 2020, take your life in your hands. Stop living in ego, in greed, in separation, in competition. Take a dare. Stand up for your black and white brothers and sisters. Speak up for the disadvantaged, for the weary, for the downtrodden, for the elderly. Speak up. It's time for us to stop being silent when it's time to speak. So, thank you for joining me. Okay, so one or two more things. First, my book, Superpowered, buy it. Number 2, I have a coaching institute where I coach people to become parent coaches and coaches in general. And my lovely coaches have offered people in the community a 30-minute free coaching session if you are serious about pursuing coaching and do more sessions with them. The first 30 minutes is for free. If you are someone who doesn't have serious mental issues and need help, need support, come to my coaches. Check it out. Maybe you will get the help you need to change your life. How do you get in touch with my coaches? You email info@drshefali.com Hashtag help in the subject line. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and we will try to match you with a coach. info@drshefali.com. Hashtag help. We're here to help. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. I will see you when I see you. Bye, guys. Bye, Instagram. We're going to delete this and post it from Facebook. info@drshefali.com.